Okay, welcome. Now that the finals are over, but there are a few games left, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. Let's figure out how to actually enjoy these games. So now we're going to take a look back at game 2. I have a few select moments here that I marked during watching, and we're actually going to watch them together here and talk about them. This shit scares me, legitimately. It's the Steph Curry thing. Spinal fluid. He has a spinal fluid leak. What the hell is inside spinal fluid that just debilitates a human being? That just makes them incapable of anything? The man's a coach. I mean, I know standing and sitting and yelling and pointing are difficult tasks, but good lord, what is inside spinal fluid that it can't touch the rest of your body? Is there some sort of magic substance in spinal fluid? Or is maybe that's where hell is? Is the thing that gives us our life and connects our brains to our bodies, is that where hell is? All pain? Alright. This man should comb his hair. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with basketball, with NBA TV basketball, NBA on TV basketball. These people are giants. This guy's a 7-foot tall man. Nobody sees the top of his head on a daily basis. Nobody. That's the problem. Usually in TV, the TV cameras, they bring the best out of your hair. But what if you stick a camera at a high angle with a 45-degree angle down tilt, way above everybody? This is called featuring the hair. This is what this angle does. It's the only angle that can capture the game properly, but this is the worst angle for hair. So remember that. You are not just a basketball player, you are a television star. So prepare your hair in accordance. Let's get a good look right there. Bam. Look at that beard. There's something very odd about this beard. It seems packed in at the bottom. Alright. From a man who's grown his own beard to somebody who realized they might need to somebody who's realized they may not need to have a beard. This beard is weird. There's something very suspicious about this beard. We'll dig into it a little later, but just look how dense it is at the bottom, like under the neck area. It's kind of a crossbreeding of a couple different types of beards. But this one here, the square bottom beard, there's something weird here. This lady right here, you cannot be that unenthused when you're wearing that wig. That is against the rules. Okay? That's the rule. I don't know if she didn't want to wear the wig. I don't know if it was one of the other people's ideas, but she does not look like she is inhabiting the enthusiasm a woman should have in that wig. There it is. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Good God. Hubie Brown looks like death. Hubie Brown looks like what would happen if you dripped spinal fluid on top of somebody's head. That face is screaming, I am in pain. Every part of me is in pain. Every part of him is in pain right now. Look at this guy. He's still calling games too. He makes a lot of mistakes. This guy makes a lot of little mistakes. He calls people the wrong name, but he is still standing somehow. You don't know what's holding him up. You don't know what wooden contraptions are surrounding those legs. This man looks like death. Yeah, get in there. Get in there. Oh, okay, watch this guy. Right there. This guy. Brown noser. Tyrone Lue, Coach Lue, comes out on the court, clapping and clapping and clapping and clapping. Watch this. Clap, 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 clap. And, oh, what should I do here? Here he goes. Clap, clap, clap. It's quick, but we see it. And we notice. This is game 2. Game 1, this guy right here looked right at the camera the same way. He knows exactly where the cameras are. He knows this is the promo shot. This is how you get into the promo shot. A lot of times when people finish a layup or a dunk, they'll stand right at the baseline and they'll make some sort of growl or they'll flex or something. They know the cameras are right there, and that's what ends up in the big NBA promos. LeBron James has figured something else out, that there's cameras on the hero shot. After you do something spectacular, they track you from the opposite end of the court or side angle, And he knows where these cameras are. And he knows that if you look into them, they're going to catch it in the slow-mo, you're going to run it back, and you're going to be in every God-blessed promo. Honestly, this is genius, because if you want to be big time these days, you got to get in the promotional material. You want to be the face of the NBA, you got to give them the face. And this is him doing his work. You know what? This might be in his contract. This might be in his actual contract. Look at that shit. There it is. We got the side angle. Look at this. Here's the problem. If he's going to do a long beard that comes down, you've got to go for the neck portion too. But usually what happens is you cut off a beard right about there. That's where you shave it. You go to any good barber, or you know what you're doing, you edge it right here. This right here is when you're going for the long one. You'll notice James Harden or any of these other jerks with long beards, it is here and here, and it goes, extends, and it meets about here, right? This right here, what he's got going on here, is known as the homeless man's beard. That's what this is. It's a neck beard with everything else, because that's literally everywhere a beard can grow on your face, right? He's not even trying to like blend from here to here. It's just growing. It's obviously thinner here, which is fine. I mean, these are all human things, but there's no effort here. So somebody's either forcing him to grow this, or nobody taught him anything. Halftime, blah, blah, blah. Horrible halftime crew. Horrible halftime crew studio show. And we're back. Quick note. Look. Beard. You see the edge? I don't have to tell you. Everybody knows that. See, this is what I love. I love this. It's crazy how it works. Steph Curry, when he is on he rebounds better. When you are making your buckets and talking trash, you can jump higher. And you also have more confidence, and confidence goes so far. It boosts everything. It really does. Confidence is crazy what it can do for people. I mean, odd levels of confidence make you invincible to certain things. Not everything, but certain things. And the goal is to figure out how to be particularly confident in the right situations. I call those people who are supremely confident all the time, I call those people bubble people. Because you cannot break into their world. You can't affect them. You can't touch them. And right now, you can't touch Steph Curry. And I'd love to see some stats. Coach Nick, get on this, because when Steph Curry is hitting his shot, he rebounds better. I mean, that's not crazy, but it's crazy for a guy who's 6'2", right? It's not like saying, when Dwight Howard's making his shots, he rebounds better. Well, obviously that's his job, but Steph Curry literally becomes a superior rebounder when he is on his shit. Drama. Drama. Check that ticket. Check the ticket. This guy doesn't have his ticket. Something's going on right here. Right here, these guys. Is that really your seat? I don't know. Like a fake Kyrie. Look at how he's chewing that chew. Pat McCall must have prescription gum. He chews so hard. Oh, this one. This back brace thing. Okay, obviously we've all seen this at Home Depot. It is not clear if Draymond Green works a part-time job at Home Depot or not, but that back brace thing looks ridiculous. But what it reminds me of is that time where Baron Davis, we all remember Baron Davis, dunked over Andrei Kirilenko, and in his unconscious celebration pulls out his jersey to reveal his under support garment, and that's what it just reminds me of that. That's what it reminds me of. That thing reminds me of that time, which may have been the worst decision he could have ever made. And anybody who watches that clip understands that after the dunk and he pulls out his tucked in jersey and reveals the support hose, knows that that was a bad decision. And we all just kind of don't talk about it. I mean, we've talked about it. Some people have talked about it, but we all just kind of gave him a pass on it. Really? What do we have here? Oh, this is what we got. We have tired man, tired. He's so tired. Look at this. I know this feeling. We all know this feeling. This is the story of a tired-ass man. The way his eyes are moving, darting around. The way he's panting, hands on his side. He barely knows what is going on. Oh, we got the tongue dart. He barely knows what species he is right now. He's trying every method evolution has ever developed to try and catch his breath. It's so tired. On this next play, how tired everybody else is. Watch Kevin Love. He wants to complain about this rebound here. He's barely got enough energy to complain. Oh, that turnaround jog. That Kevin Love turnaround jog right there. We know this one. Oh. Watch this. Okay, play plays out. Right. Go. Doo-doo. Okay. We've got a man down. Kevin Love, Darren Williams, standing next to him. Look how tired these guys are. Look at the effort from Kevin Love. He's like, it's like a bear, it's like a shoulder bend in order to help him up. He's helping up the oldest man on the court right now. The oldest man, he's probably in the top like 90th percentile of age in that entire stadium right now. Like if you, oh, hey, look who got to their seat. Look, American flag guy. He did have that ticket. Listen, she's just doing her job. I love Wired. But what's funny here is that Wired up Ian Clark. Ian Clark does not talk a lot. And I always think about this. They know they're mic'd up. And the question is, what are you going to do when you're mic'd up? Are you going to try and become a star? Are you going to try and give us a soundbite? Ian Clark, this actually but what's also funny is the parts that don't get used, because there's somebody on the other end of that audio. Somebody is listening to every word that's said, every word in the huddle. And there must be some ironclad contracts with that audio recording. They must dump that audio recording because they record people in the most crucial moments, and they still only put out these certain approved parts, right? That have nothing to do with the game, all that junk. But what they do say is, it's usually fluff and stuff like that because they got Tristan Thompson over here grunting or something on the other end. But there is a ton of shit that's being said that probably should never be heard, and I don't know why it never leaks out. Why does it leak out? It's gotta leak out. Oh, okay, this is beautiful, and I've always wanted to capture one of these moments. I could do a whole video on this moment right here. It's the meritocracy of the out-of-bounds call, right? It's one of the few times you ever see referees just reverse a call with no replay. This happens all the time. Not all the time, but whenever this particular sequence happens, you can count on it. This is when trust and the human instinct kicks in here, right? Watch this. Out of bounds. Clearly, to some people, it's out of bounds on LeBron James. Referee calls it the other way. Now we are inundated with fakery, flops, lies, complete lies, right? But there's one reaction that is never faked. It is the panic, the pure panic of getting a wrong out of bounds call, the pure panic of the team that knows the ball should be theirs. Now we always see it. Whenever the ball goes out, you see people put their hands up. You see one person put their hand one way, one person puts the other way. Every person on the court does this. They'll put their hand one way, one guy puts the other way. They always want to act like they're the ref, right? Signaling the direction of the ball. But when you see this reaction, the referees know they blew it. But why? Why do they listen to them now? Right, look at this. He's made the call. The other refs are just standing there. He's standing there. The other referee is over here somewhere. He's made the call. Watch what happens. Take it back. Off LeBron. Oh, wrong call. Oh. David West hopping. David West hopping. Mad. It's the hop. It's the hop. It's not just one arm. It's the hop. Now we've got number 48. He's coming in saying, no. We've got David West hopping. We've got a hopping David West. You must have gotten the call wrong. Let's talk about it. Now the question is, you're not going to replay, so what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Okay? You're talking because David West hopped up and down. What's even better, and this should be canon, this should be rule of law. Out. Watch this, David West. Here comes a hopping Klay Thompson. When Klay Thompson had his 37 points in one quarter, the most you got out of him was a fist pump and a fist chest hit. When he is mad or he is upset, you don't see anything. So, National Basketball Association, if you ever see Klay Thompson hopping mad, do what he says, because he's not lying. He's the anti-cliche anyway. We'll do a whole video on that later. Klay Thompson is the guy who does not know how to speak in cliches and does not know how to say the things he's supposed to say. He doesn't know how to react to things. He's an awkward human being. So when he has an immediate reaction to anything, it is the truth. If this guy has an adamant moment in his life, believe him. Combined with David West hopping, this here, you don't get any more truthful than that. You don't get any more. Look at this. Look. He's looking right at him because he knows. Look at this guy right here. And now he runs over after hopping. He didn't run over immediately. Now he's got to go talk about it. All right. Well, did you see David West? Did you see that reaction? Yeah. Well, I saw Klay Thompson. Well, it's the Klay-David combo. Klay-David rule. Rule 602. All right. Other way. This is the only one of those rules you see like this. Everything else with the lying and the posturing and the flopping, you don't see this, where the referees react so quickly and change their judgment, right? Apparently they have the best judgment in the world. They can make the closest calls. They rely on people's reaction. They fall for flops, but this is the one where you must abide by the hop. Oh, it's Klay hop rule. It's the Klay hop rule. All right, what do we have here? Okay, this was the third time that LeBron James gave up. We all know that feeling. You know his kids do that same move probably. Like, that is genetic. That's just in you. That's built into you. The way that somebody gives up is genetic. The way you give up is the same way your father before you gave up. It's the way you slump your shoulders and you pop your head down. We all do it a little differently, but we all do it the same. This is a man giving up. Oh. And here comes the luckiest man in the world being inserted into the game, the 3-point specialist, James Jones. We need to figure out what his deal is. Somebody needs to get to the bottom of that. I love this, a man who's just coached in the biggest games of his life. He coached throughout the playoffs. He never once during his coaching stint, his head coaching stint while Steve Kerr was out, wore these fancy ass glasses. Those are called assistant coach glasses. That's where you get to sit there and look pretty. Those are not working glasses. Those are assistant to working glasses. Oh, that little back part where it hits part of the backboard, the little extended part there that connects the rim to the backboard. When the ball hits that area, that's the worst miss. I mean, you could airball, but that's effectively airballing the other direction. Too long. And it's not off so much that you could even get close to banking it in. It's just ugly. Bunk. And a fight. I love that. I love that fight at the end there. I love how LeBron is like, oh shit, another one of these. What's J.R. Smith doing? J.R. Smith, it's like he just got like he's like a fight and his body just starts twitching. Why is he pushing him? Get away. Back up. Alright, that's the end of that. And that's how you watch the NBA Finals now that they're over.
This is the NBA Storyteller.